Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No way. My foot's up, bitch. We've got parts from our Forester here that we are going to list. And then we've got this engine out of my yellow STI hatch. And this engine, we are going to put it in our 2013 Blurple STI sedan. Didn't know if I wanted to do this one because it's higher mileage, but decided to do it anyways. Buddy. You're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Big stretch for the doggy. Not too far. Come on, rookie. Alrighty, I am heading up tomorrow to get our little Dippy, our little puppy, fixed. And unfortunately it's about an hour and 20 minutes away, so I will be gone quite a bit tomorrow. But I've got this car on the hoist and you'll see Anders in the morning. Oil looks pretty good. A little bit sparkly. It's not too bad. This looks cool. I'm hoping we can have this thing running this week. Really? Yeah, are we putting that engine in here? Yep. Oh. So you don't have to go get Dippy? Nope. Cool. Just nice. Yeah. I know you hate driving. It's a time thing. See, I love driving because I find so much enjoyment in being able to sit and like listen to music, talk with God, or I don't know. They're making your pizza. Yeah, that's good. What'd you order? Just a pepperoni pizza and a 2-liter Diet Pepsi, I think. Yeah, you could have some if you want. I mean, I didn't realize you were gonna come back with a Red Bull, but. My mom Sorry. The turbo. Pizza must be here. He's gonna come walking in with his pizza. There's his order. There he is. Pizza and a 2-liter. Can't go wrong with that. Dang, a whole pizza and a 2-liter? Heck yeah, dude. Yep. 5 pieces of pizza later and Red Bull down and Pepsi in the Red Bull can. We're gonna start working on this again. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No way. Oh, Coke with cherry grenadine. That's my go-to. Not cherry Coke? Nope. I feel relief when you burp and then fart at the same time. Let's go! Bless me. No, Robert, don't bless yourself. I wonder when the Nutless Wonder is going to be done. Nutless Wonder. Home stretch, I guess you could say? One could say such a thing. Thanks, Robert. Because they have forklifts and everything there, so it's cheaper. I see. It's not about how many people you know. It's about who you know. That took me a minute to I'm gonna have Ben make sure this looks like 2 minutes worth of. Yeah, just tell Ben to clean up a little bit and make it look like it took you 10 minutes and all that. Yep. He already knows, yeah, so. I'll probably still put the 10 hours later. Yeah. That should just be the thing that anytime you're working on something, it takes 10 hours. Approximately 10 hours later.
Approximately 10 hours later.
I think it's time for a Diet Coke refill. Or Diet Pepsi. Content.
Very laid back.
Must be nice.
Doesn't really care.
My buttocks are clenched. Is this live stream?
I posted in.
Robert, will you please shut up? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Somebody's feeling aggressive today, so I've got one of the power steering, or what is that? AC. That's a competition clutch.
Yeah.
Doesn't look fresh.
This looks cool. I like this though.
Black cover.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice clutch.
Yeah.
All right, Anders got the engine out. I was gonna say Anders got the engine out. I don't know if it's a stage 2, stage 2.5. I don't know what it is, but we're not using any of that other than the intake manifold stuff. Here's the engine out of my yellow car that we compression tested and ran. Obviously, we know that's good. So we're gonna transfer all the stuff that we need to this one, replace anything we need, such as coolant hoses because they had oil in them, any sort of coolant lines, that sort of stuff. And then hopefully we can pop it right back in here, not changing anything modification wise. So we won't need a tune unless there's some sort of issue when we're driving it, which we hope there's not. I believe that is it. Let's just get rolling on transferring stuff over.
Can you say good boy, Robert?
Huh?
Say good boy.
I just did.
Say it again though.
Come on now.
Just say it.
I'm not saying.
No, just say it. I want to hear it. Come on.
You say it.
No, I asked you to say it.
Dang, not closed that.
Close that.
You see anything that looks out of the ordinary? Any cracks on the wall or anything?
I don't see anything.
Looks pretty good.
Dippy. Now you gotta say good boy.
No, here we go. You're gonna say. What you think, Dippy? Looks like somebody launched it. Dippy, did your foot slip off the clutch? Did your foot slip off the clutch, buddy? Yeah. Dang. Look at this kid. McTubbers over here. He went to McTubbers and got some lunch. Good boy. Dippy's the nutless wonder now.
Ain't no nuts, dog. Ain't got no balls. Ain't no man anymore.
Oh, you buddy. Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. It's gonna be so weird having somebody film me. I've never done this before. As I always say, when you put your engine in, first thing to do is to make sure that this throwout bearing gets set into the clutch. So you move this out of the way, push the fork that way. Now it's locked into place and we're gonna go test and see if the clutch works. It probably will stick to the floor a couple times, so we'll do it by hand. It's mildly working. Or not at all. How are we looking on fluid? What is happening? All right, we had the slave cylinder not working properly and the fluid's pretty dirty, so I'm gonna see if I can bleed it and see if I can get it to work that way. Otherwise, we're gonna change the fluid and then re-bleed it, but it's not the most fun process, so I'm gonna see if I can get it to work like this. If you don't get this right and you put everything together and the clutch doesn't work, you're gonna have to take stuff apart to fix it. So we're gonna do this first before we put anything else together. All right, this has been kind of a nightmare. I ended up replacing the entire slave master and slave cylinder and lines. The fluid was so nasty in this one and I could not get it to bleed. And I had another car that I just pulled it off of and did that. But I believe this car has the notorious firewall broken spot weld. So I need Anders to get back out here so I can have him push the clutch pedal and I can look and see if the spot welds are moving, onto checking the firewall and then just putting it together. I have discovered the cause of the clutch pedal squeak. And I don't think I'm going to fix this one. I'm going to just replace the whole pedal assembly. But you can see right here, there's a crack. And it won't do it right now because there's no load on the clutch pedal. But when it was in the car and you push the clutch pedal down, this would flex right here. See that crack? And it kind of wraps around up here to the top. That's what was causing the squeak. So I could weld it, but I'm not going to. So we're going to toss this one in and maybe save this one because I believe my yellow car also has some sort of clutch pedal issue and I want a spare in case I need to weld it or practice welding on one of them or something like that. This is not a fun job to do. How do these move in there? Oh, I forgot the camera was rolling when I farted. Oh. All right, moment of truth. Does the clutch pedal work without squeaking? Wow, that's crazy. All right, we are good to go. I'm gonna put this back together on the inside and back to putting together engine stuff and not dealing with this dumb stuff. That was fake. You sleepy, buddy? How are you, Mr. Dip? You're getting big, buddy. Thank you. What you doing, bud? Good boy. Good boy, Dippy. This button stuff. I'm pretty much wrapped up underneath. I got some downpipe bolts, and I've got the radiator, intake battery, the intercooler, and we're getting close to being done. And then maybe I'll Anders detail it, and we'll go from there. Get her listed up for sale. I'll say it again, but I'm saying it now as well. If you're interested in this thing, it will be for sale. 40,000 miles, roughly. I have the paperwork for it, I'll have to check. EJ257 into this 13 STI. Drop a comment or shoot me a DM anywhere on another platform, and I'll get back to you. What's up, dog? Come on, Dippy, get it. Come on, Dippy. Come on, bud. Good boy. Dip? Oh, nuts. Oh, no. Come on, Anders. About buttoned up. We've got coolant and oil in it. I'm gonna throw a battery in it. And then typically you see me do a bunch of cranking the car over with the fuel pump fuse unplugged to build up oil pressure, but because this isn't a new build and I know what this engine came from, I'm not concerned about oil pressure. So we're gonna skip that stage and hopefully it fires up and hopefully it runs good. And we're gonna take this thing on a little drive and make sure everything is ready to go. We are gonna have probably some smoke here and there. Of course, a little bit of coolant spills. That's just how things go together. And battery will just be temporarily in here. But you just wanna make sure all your lines are plugged in. You don't have any coolant lines off. You don't have any vacuum lines off, because that'll either cause leaks, obviously, or inhibit a good startup and possibly a good running vehicle. All right, gonna go ahead and give the first start a try. I'm not sure if this battery is dead or not, and I'm gonna run out here and check for leaks as soon as it fires up. All right, we do have one leak I see. You can see the clamp right there. Let's see if we can actually see the drip. You can see the blue dripping right there, kind of hard to see, but sometimes I feel like it's hit or miss with these pinch clamps. Sometimes they don't leak, sometimes they do. I am probably gonna put a actual hose clamp on there because it appears to still be leaking. So let me do that real quick. Come here, buddy. Good boy, come here. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Sit. Stay. And go for a little drive, buddy. Heading to the gas station. Gotta get some fuel in this thing. So far, so good. Coolant temps are nice. Nothing crazy. Comfortable there, Dippy? What you think, buddy? What you think? What you think, buddy? Just like that. First drive all done, no problems. I am gonna do brakes on it. So if you're interested in this thing, it'll have new brakes. Obviously has this engine in it, which is originally out of this car that I drove for a year or so with it. And I just wanted to switch setups onto that car. If you lead me to a sale, so you drop a comment and that person ends up buying it, I will send you $100. So drop a comment, send this to people you know. Again, leads to a sale, $100 for you. It does not come with dipstick, sorry. This is definitely, if you can find a good used motor, this is definitely the easiest way to get your car back on the road. You can also do an EJ20X, which will be one of the next videos. In that car, I've also done one in here. Or you can go the route of a new Type RA block like I did on this one. So I got kind of all the setups here. New Type RA block, EJ20X, soon in that one also. And then a used engine that works just fine. It's just hard to find good used engines. Be careful out there. Only buy from somebody you really trust, that you can hear the engine run, compression tests, all that sort of thing. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Yippee! Stop stepping in front of me. What?